You make my life so sweet. Tuame kuparika screen pa no apa. So yeah. Tuna moneka bukata Muzungu. Where's my drink? Make my life so sweet. Oh Lord. Gosh. So good evening. Thank you very much for waking me up. I mean, those of you that called, yeah, but katishit kandina kwa kanaka pwa, but narika temo, you know, kono if you for fairly cheaper, but I just like this t-shirt. Anyway, so thank you very much for waking me up. I mean, it feels, it's encouraging, you know, to have people call you at that time. It means people are waiting, and I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful that you people anticipate for this program. I'm very grateful. I've just received a few, you know, complaints here and there that you know, some civil servants are actually being targeted, you know, for watching the program. That there are people who are coming, you know, on the program, on this program or on this platform, just to see who is watching. It's so sad. I've received a few complaints, you know, from civil servants that there are people who are coming to police the platform to see who is watching, you know. So they were telling me that you know, some of us, we don't watch immediately when everybody else is watching. We watch after the program is done, because if we watch during the program, you know, there are people who are trying to see who is watching. So anyway, this is why I've opened another platform for some of you civil servants who might be scared of being seen, you know, on Facebook. You can go to, you can switch to TikTok. You can watch from TikTok. TikTok does not show, you know, who is watching. It doesn't show. So unfortunately, these are the desperation of the UPND, where you are even following people to see who is watching. So what if they watch? You imamula tamba. What's your problem? What's your problem? Allah. But Kwena, UPND, you are so desperate. I've never seen a government that is so desperate like my UPND. You are so desperate. To those extents, sure. Okay, amkula tamba. Who is watching? So what? So what if they watch? Mukose, guys, Mukose. Actually, somebody made me laugh, you know, just before I started the program. You know, when I spoke about this morning, when I went to the gym after, you know, after going to bed last night without eating, and really didn't eat very well during the day yesterday. So I went to the gym this morning and I did my routine, exercises. I don't do heavy things. I mean, I'm not in a competition. So I just do just enough to keep me, okay. But I'm telling you, I bent myself out. I walked out of the gym, going to lift. I couldn't even, I opened the lift came, I went into the lift. I felt even to just put a card, to put a card and so that I can press my floor. I sat there, and I was just there because of course there are cameras. So I knew that somebody will see me and they'll come and help. But anyway, before that, some other people came in and they helped me out. So I shared this story this morning and somebody was just telling me that be very careful when you are doing these, these exercises, because if you collapse in the foreign land, HH will be very happy to evacuate you into Maina Soko, which is, so I really laughed, yeah, because indeed they would come, very quickly to say, oh, Tayali, this is our person, he's sick, we have got a hospital, a very special hospital, and they take you to Maina Soko now, which is a prison. JJ is there. That is a prison they have put him. That is a prison they have put him. It's not that he is in hospital. It's not that he's in hospital. That is a prison. Because they would have allowed him to go to the hospital of his choice up to now. They would have allowed him. Yeah? It is so sad, the desperation of this government. It is so sad. And even some of you who are still, skeptical. Anyway, I don't even want to argue with you. I think I've stopped arguing with praise singers. You can't argue with people that are not reasonable. You can't. You argue with people that are reasonable. You can't. You can't argue with people. You are reasoning. So you can't. We are not on the same level. We are not on the same level. But praise singer, ama arguments yenu ya kumupash imwe it's like a cult now. It's like a cult. UPND and the praise singers, they have turned into a cult. There is no reasoning. It's a cult, really. It's just like a cult. There is no reasoning. You can't reason with UPND praise singers. You can't. You come up with an argument that really, is unbelievable. So, but pressing, I don't even want to argue with you. I don't even argue with you. Because I am usually an open-minded person. I want to hear what the other person has to say. Maybe there is something that I've missed. Usually, I am an open-minded person. I want to hear what somebody else has to say. But by UPND, because really, like how can you be arguing? Have you read his narration? The narration is so clear, and that's why even Wakapokola, they are failing to charge JJ with anything relating to that, because the narration is very, very clear. How he was gotten, how he was bundled into a boat, how he was taken into this dark place. It is so clear. How Abena Levin Goma were coming, to persuade him to talk about something, it is very, very clear. And what is happening in the country, you can clearly see that indeed, the story is collaborating. The story is collaborating with, you look at JJ's story, and you look at what is happening in the public domain, you can clearly see that the story is collaborating. Let me give you an example. An example is where they were torturing JJ. How do you move? Okay, how do you move with ECL? And if you look at what has happened, what has been happening today, you can clearly see that the UPND government are desperate to know the movements of ECL. They are so desperate. They are desperate because they want to know where is he going. They are so desperate. And this is what JJ is talking about. This is what they were torturing him on. But by the way, before I talk too much about that, let me wish my fellow fathers, happy Father's Day. I think it is important. But you see, being a father is not just about fathering children. It is about having children and taking care of those children. So I'm wishing all the responsible fathers a happy Father's Day. The responsible fathers, those of you who have bold children and you are looking after them, you care. I'm very disappointed with a lot of people, and some of you people, because some of you Murasangana public, if you feel you are even in the public domain, family is very important. Family is very important. No matter what you do, even in our politics, family is very important. Because there are some of you who are neglecting your own children with all sorts of excuses. Some of you even in politics. And I want to tell you, some of you like to say, hey, come back here. Hey, think about your children. Think about your family. I want to tell you that me, I'm not an irresponsible father. I'm not an irresponsible father. Me, I look after my children. And my children are okay. My children are okay. My wife is okay. My family, I look after my family. Even in this situation, my children are okay. My family is okay. So don't talk, hey, think about your family. You think about your family. Not my family. Not my family. Because I'm a responsible father. And my children understand me. My children appreciate me. So, happy fathers to all the good fathers. But if you have got a child, you are watching this program. If you have got a child who you are not, taking care of, who you are not in touch with, this is a day that should remind you of your responsibility. Father's Day is a day that should make you think about those children that you have neglected, or that you are giving excuses. No, because the mother. No, the child is innocent. This nonsense of saying, no, hey, I want to do this, hey, but the mother, hey, but the father. It's nonsense. This issue, mule kefyawu puba. You cannot be a father and you allow a woman to block you from accessing your child. You can't be. You are just being foolish. If you are there saying, no, I can't access the child because of the mother, because of the father, then you are a useless parent. And in this instance, we're talking about fathers. So let me restrict myself to fathers. If you were a man enough to have that woman take off her pant for you, how can you fail to overpower? I don't know which word I can use. How can you fail to convince that woman to allow you to have access to the child? If you are a father, you are a man, you managed to persuade this woman to get undressed for you. If you are a man, really, if you manage to persuade this woman, whether walimu raping or whether child is shining, but you managed to have her pants down and made her pregnant, how can you turn around today and say this very woman is making it difficult for you to access the children? How? I mean, you have a problem there. You cannot. What is more difficult? Which woman is going to refuse that? No, I want to help the child. I want to be part of the child. There is no woman that can do that. And that is really that is the point. You managed, this woman You are calling today that she's difficult, but you managed, this difficult woman, you managed to make her put her pants down, get naked for you, and you impregnated her. Today you want to turn around and say, no, she's difficult. I can't support my child because the woman is difficult. You are bloody weak. You are bloody weak, and you are just giving an excuse. You are just giving an excuse to help that child. You are just giving an excuse. I don't buy this nonsense of saying the woman, hey, the family. I don't buy that nonsense. Even if you are married and this woman, now, oh no, because of my wife, you are a weak boy, you are from, looking after your children. How can she? How can she? Who was married to who now? Muli nkoko bamumweba umeme muli nkoko. Muli nkoko, you have married these women and they are controlling you. I mean, you are not fit to be a man. You are not fit to be a man. There is no way a woman, I mean, I don't want to drag my wife in this. I mean, she's very good. She's very good with my other children. So, but even if she were difficult, there is no way. Even if she was difficult, there is no way she would stop me from giving the support that I want to give to my own children and even to other children, because some of us, we don't even just look after our own children. We have even extended a family children that we look after. So anyway, I'm basically saying Happy Father's Day, but please, nami papata, mweba ume, look after these children. I mean, I feel very bad when I meet a number of these, young people who have struggled through life and they are going through challenges because their fathers were not there. And this nonsense of saying, no, ngakula. You need to be present in the life of a child at a tender age. You need to be there. And don't just send money. No, because we are sending money. Hey, we have got deposit. Nonsense. Deposit is not looking after a child. Contact that child, call that child, engage that child. Go and take that child. Go even for an hour. Take that child and move around. Go to Manda Hill. Have that connection with a child. Nami papata. Ineli onka wakateka nkalami kaka. I'm telling you, nkalami kaka, because if I jail you, you'll be working for the government, and that money that will be coming from what you'll be doing in prison will help in looking after the child, and the child will have access to you, because the child will have days which will be in prison. It will be family day, where people in prison will be visited by their family members, will be visited by their children. So if you be a responsible father during my government, but in my government, I will make sure that those parents that are responsible, I will be jailing them. I'm telling you, fast track. Bakukaka, you'll be working hard labor. The money that you will be generating whilst in prison will be helping your children. Will be helping your children. And during family days, your children will be able to access you. They will come and talk to you in prison. That is one of my policies. Policies. The time that will come when I will be articulating my policies, Mukalatasha. For now, we are pushing the agenda of Lungu, but there will come a time ngatoka experience mu government, because sometimes ukulanda kwali anguka ukuchita kwali shupa. So you need to have an experience so that you can purify your ideas, you can purify your policies, and that's why I want to be part of government, so that these things I'm talking about nkafibike nenga na isa samdara ili otukala ingira kula press kama button pa fikala chitika. So fathers, when Tayali is ruling, mukeshivefye wapero mwana wawe nefumo wakano kuwa responsible. Why katwa iwe? It won't be a civil matter, it will be criminal. It will be criminal. Kuku kaka. twakukaka imyaka eshinginasho so that ulewomba ulelima makabeju shanchani yala makabeju ulelima shirendala mashirefu makulya nganiwebo doctor will be working in prison. Shirendala mashirefu makulya will be helping the child. We will be having family every month, family day, where family members will come. They will see you there. They will know, oh, this is my father. That is the issue. So happy Father's Day to all my fellow parents, you know. But before I even go on, I come to other issues. I also want to talk about this Kitwe Mayor issue. Oh, not Kitwe, Livingstone Mayor. This Livingstone Mayor, you people, you even woke me up. I fell to sleep. These people from Livingstone, you know, sponsored by this Muzungu, I don't want to mention his name, but this Muzungu, they were busy calling me, sending me my video, sending me my documents, so that I can destroy that woman. Just because she's UPND, don't think that when you come with some documents, I will go gun blazing and start shooting at her. Me, I'm not malicious. It doesn't matter whether the person is a UPND or not. I am not malicious. I will not come here and malign people. I will not. I will not, especially on a personal level like this. Why are you so hell-bent on this woman? Tamuleleka, you are not stopping, and that's why I'm talking about it. I ignored it. I didn't want to talk about it, but you keep bringing it up. Stop sending me those nonsense. Stop it. I'm not interested. That woman is not corrupt. The one who is corrupt is a Muzungu. And don't even expect that SEC will do anything unless now our SEC, they are being used by somebody else. Because by SEC, that is the problem. It's an institution that is used, you know, to follow up people who they have got a particular interest. The real corruption that happens, they don't follow it. They follow those that they want. So unless the SEC are being part of a group that want to destroy that woman, you will even call her. But otherwise, the information that you are already giving, is very clear there is no corruption there. It's very clear there is no corruption. That Muzungu, get it in your head. Get it in your head. Even the people that you are paying, let them get it in their heads. There is no corruption there. There is no corruption. There is no corruption. The money that you gave, that was a gift. That was a gift. You are just foolish to give that woman. Let me tell you what corruption is. You don't go to a public officer, entice her to give her money. When you give her the money, she doesn't deliver, then you turn around and it's corruption. What nonsense is that? You don't go to you don't go to a public servant, entice or induce this public servant. No, I'll give you so much so that you can do this and that. You give and then she doesn't perform. Then you say it's corruption. Let me give you an example. You have got a defective vehicle on the road. A police officer stops you, tells you the vehicle has to be parked at the police station. And you start negotiating with the police officer. And later on, you give this police officer money. Then the police officer refuses still to release the car. The police officer is not corrupt in this instance. She's not. There is no corruption there. As long as the police officer does not act according to what you want, even if you have given money, that person is not corrupt. That money you gave, it is your foolishness. She has just outsmarted you. If you give a police officer, do this for me, in a corrupt, dubious manner, you even know that this is corruption. then that officer doesn't perform according to you. There is no corruption. So even you people who are busy, going around trying to make that woman corrupt. No. It would have been corruption if that woman went ahead to cancel that date. Some people may not understand this. Let me give you a little bit of, facts behind this. There is this Muzungu who owns a property, a lodge or whatever it is. And this, according to him, he's saying it was not working for some years. So they accumulated, I don't know if it's levies or rates, council taxes anyway. Those council taxes accumulated, I think, to the tune of 300 or 400,000, something like that. Then this Muzungu goes to the mayor to negotiate so that, that money which they are supposed to pay is not paid. And in the process, he gives money to this mayor. Whether the mayor asks for it, whatever, the fact is that it's you who gave the money. Yeah? Because you might say, no, the mayor asked, it's you who gave the money. If the mayor had asked and you didn't want to give, you didn't want to get involved in corruption, you wouldn't have given. Because you would argue to say, no, the mayor asked, okay, fine. Why did you give? Why did you give? Why didn't you, if the mayor asked you for money, why didn't you report the mayor at that point? Why didn't you report the mayor at that point to say, this mayor has asked for money? Why didn't you? But you went ahead, organized the money, I don't know if it's 180, gave the mayor. You gave the mayor. And you were expecting that your debt will be wiped out. Unfortunately, the debt was not wiped out. You still have to pay the debt. And now, because it has not worked, you want to accuse the mayor to say, no, she's corrupt. What nonsense is that? What nonsense is that? Why didn't you report the mayor? If the mayor asked you for money, why didn't you report the mayor at that point? Why did you give the money? And when you realize that the money that you had given the mayor has not given you the benefits, why didn't you refuse? You are now coming up because no, it has not worked for you. It has not worked for you. Then you are now complaining. You are now complaining. No, the mayor is corrupt. No. The mayor duped you. If there is any crime that you want, that you can come up with this, you can talk about obtaining money by false pretense. Not corruption. You can talk about obtaining money by false pretense. You say, no, the mayor, if you can prove it, that the mayor told me to give me this money that is going to deliver these services or these products, but she has not delivered. That may stand, not corruption. Not corruption. There is no corruption there. You are the one, you agreed. You went and gave the money. But the mayor has not delivered according to you. So now you want to turn around and accuse the mayor to say the mayor is corrupt. No. Unless the mayor had gone into that and, worked out things and whatever, then we can say, yeah, she's corrupt. But and when you are doing diru, don't turn around and start accusing others. You were part of it. You knew that what you are doing is wrong. That's why you are even busy carrying around recording her. You are busy recording her. Because you knew what you were doing, that it was wrong. Your intention was not pure as you want to purport. You were also corrupt. Why did you go to a mayor, by the way, to negotiate in Congo? Is the mayor responsible for these kind of things? You are the people. You go to these people, entice them, give them money, and then you want to turn around at your own corruption. This Chimuzungu, you should stop that foolishness. Stop paying people to be talking about that mayor. Stop it. You lost out. You are a fool. You are a fool. That money you gave the mayor, that's it. Just pay your taxes. Pay your taxes. Chapwa. Kwamana. It won't go any other way. No, there is no receipt. There is no receipt. What receipt? What receipt? Does the mayor give receipts? Does the mayor give receipts? Why did you even go to the mayor? Stop this nonsense. Just because she's UPND, you think I'm going to jump around? Hey, the mayor, whatever. No, Tefon Bomba. Tefon Bomba. Even me, if you give me money and I don't want to talk about your issue, I will talk whichever way I want. Even on this one, maybe somebody has even given me money, but I'm giving you my views. This is how I operate. Ndala, inshallah, no, because now undishamu, even if somebody came and gave me money and you continue to push me to talk about it, I'll talk like this. I'll talk from an objective point of view. That woman, leave the woman. Let the woman continue working. You are a fool to give her money. Why did you give her money? For what? What receipt? Does the mayor give receipts? Eh? Does the mayor give receipts? You go to render amatio, therefore a receipt. Anyway, that aside, so I just want to be objective. Now, moving on, I go back to this issue of JJ. You know, starting from what my friend was telling me, that, you know, they will be very quick to bring you into Zambia and put you in my inner circle. So the issue of JJ is very clear. I read that it is so straightforward. It is so straightforward how everything happened and how Abena Levin Goma, they are coming in. They wanted information because they, according to them, you know, ECL has put them under pressure. Whilst you foolish praise singers, you can't see it. You can't see that your government is going everywhere and about. Your government are becoming like headless chickens. ECL has hit them like a tsunami. It has hit them like a tsunami. HH can't even talk. HH can't even make a good advert. Mwachimona ilana nikade. Akota no kota HH. Wa kota ba mdala want. I was looking at this video, which I will take my time to listen to. I will take my time to listen to it because you know, when akachinga na mukamona akaka Antoine Kanaka akaka video na chikamona pali ba aka bamdala kwati
to secure solutions.
Look, na mwana fale moneka
Resolving the energy crisis, which, when resolved,
look. I will respond to this one, but mwana fale moneka wa mdala.
But we just had a meeting
Na mwana
to not discuss,
ni advert vale panga ka
but to secure solutions
mwana fale moneka pamenzo
towards resolving the energy crisis, which, when resolved,
nefo valela ndafe va mdala na bona ika mone. Look at him.
it will help keep factories
This is an advert ka.
running, the mining
Look.
projects that are
Look.
mining businesses that need power, the mining projects,
Mone liva mdala vale moneka.
all of those were taken into account. And we
Na fivi perfect. You're pressing a look at your president. Look.
have to work.
Just look how damp he is.
Teach Zambians that hard work, smart
Look.
hard work is the only way. There is no magic.
Na ikava. Bale moneka kwati na kwati tabale lala, kwati woma, you know. Kwati woma, but I will talk about the content later.
Find ourselves
UPND.
in the drought.
See reality for what it is. See reality for what it is. Vakainde ichirema na vaya. And they are so desperate. They are so desperate. That's why they are getting people like JJ and torture him. Because they want to find out what is happening with ECL. Lelo, look. Baka Pokola, they were all over Copper Belt looking for ECL. All over Copper Belt looking for ECL. Hello, you will have ECL is not a factor. Are you sure? Are you sure? It's not a factor. Eh? Where are you staying? Eh? Like your president was saying. Eh? Where do they stay? Where do they come from? Even where you were pressing, where do you stay? Where do you come from? You can't see that your government is disoriented. Disoriented. Look at what is happening. What happened in the Copper Belt today? Eh? And mulekonka konkafi. All the ones if you are following all of them. With due respect to my Uka leaders, but really, some of these Uka leaders that you are following, I mean, even if you open a stadium and say Kabia Kalalanden, they won't do much, really. Sorry to say, but sorry, I'm just giving you reality as it is. I'm not trying to speak low of the Uka leaders, but this is just a fact. But you are following everyone. Muleva konka. For what? Because ECL has put you under pressure. And you pressing us, no matter what you want to do, you want to console yourselves. The reality is there. It is written on the wall. ECL is unstoppable. Hakainde Hichilema is gone. It is just a matter of time. Hakainde Hichilema is gone. It's a matter of time, and of course, we would want to respect the law. We are a democratic country, so we need to respect the law. That's it. But I am praying that also Hakainde Hichilema will follow that democracy. Because if you don't follow democracy, you are also bringing it on you. This is the message for Hakainde Hichilema. You are gone, and you know you are gone. But don't use dictatorial tendencies to sustain yourself in power. Mungu mfukishamira wino wakalamba. Me, it's not personal against you. It's not personal. Me, I'm a patriot. I love my country. And really, I am a Democrat. But if you are the one who's going to start using dictatorial tendencies to sustain yourself in power, there is nobody else who's going to be sorry but yourself. There is nobody else who's going to be sorry but yourself. Because if you use those dictatorial tendencies, others will respond. People will respond. People will respond. And this is where even the Concourt comes in. This is where even the Concourt comes in. The Concourt. And you judges, you can't pretend that you're my judges and you don't listen to Tayali. You listen. You judges. And I keep talking about Mumba Malila because you are the Chief Justice. I keep talking about Wamunarula. You are the President of the Concourt. You two, together with those other cadre judges, like Avena Ian Maworobolo. You are Ian Maworobolo. You are useless. You are useless, and you have no future. You have no future in the judiciary. You have no future because you are a cadre. You are a cadre. I will speak about you to the point of my death. Ian Maworobolo, I will speak about you to the point of my death because you are a cadre who is not even professional. By the fact that you went and got my documents of my divorce and threw them in public for political gains, I will always talk about you. For as long as you also behave the manner the way you are behaving yourself on the case ya Edgar Lungu, I will always talk about you. You have no future. Ian Maworobolo, you have no future in our judiciary. You are a cadre, together with those other cadres as well. But I won't speak about those that I don't know. I mean, I'm a fair man. I'm a fair man. But I know that there are cadres, judges that have been appointed. But you cadre judges, this case of Edgar Lungu, will not stop Edgar Lungu. It will not. I can assure you it will not stop Edgar Lungu. It will not. Edgar Lungu is gone. It will not. Those are the means that I'm talking about to say, if you use those illegal means, those undemocratic means to bar Edgar Lungu, you are not putting problems on Edgar Lungu. You are putting problems on yourselves. You are putting problems on yourselves. You are putting problems on the country. Let's abide by the democratic tenets. Let's abide by those. If you abandon them, if you are the first one to put aside the democratic practices, if you are the first one to do that, don't blame others if they use other means as well. And I'm saying this not as inciting or anything. I'm talking about this to protect my country. We all have to be responsible. We all have to be responsible. You have to start it. You have to start it. The Concourt, I am assuring you, you mark my words, the Concourt will not stop Edgar Lungu. It will not stop the Edgar Lungu. I know this case is sponsored by UPND. Don't be cheated that no, a businessman and whatever. Who is that guy? Who is that guy? He doesn't even know how to construct a sentence. He can't even construct a sentence. He doesn't even know. He doesn't even understand what is going on. He doesn't even understand. If you meet that guy and ask him, do you know what is going on? He doesn't. It is the UPND sponsoring this. It is the UPND sponsoring this. And you have taken it to court. But if you dare mess up this case, I'm telling you, you have yourselves to blame. You have yourselves to blame. I just sympathize with my fellow Zambians who may end up, being hurt or lose their lives out of this nonsense. So be responsible, Mumba Marida, be responsible. This case is not a Mao Sampa case. This case is a very serious case. It's a very serious case. You can throw that country into turmoil. Be responsible. Be responsible. And it's not that I'm saying Edgar Lungu is above the law. No, I'm not saying that. The issue is that this case has been adjudicated upon. It has been adjudicated upon. It has been adjudicated upon not once, but I think 4 times. 4 times. And it has always ruled in Edgar Lungu's favor. So there is no way you are going to turn today a case that went through the Constitutional Court, which is a court of finality. The Constitutional Court is a court of finality. It is ended. That's it. Kwamana. And the evidence is the fact that Edgar Lungu contested the last election. So you can't go back and, undo. I mean, what are you trying to tell us? Are you trying to tell us that now all the judgments which were passed, because and they were not in favor of UPND, they must be revisited? It is now going to be justice according to the UPND. Basically, that's what you'll be telling us. If you go against what you have ruled in the past, you are basically telling us to say now it is justice according to the UPND. But that is not democracy. And I'm urging you to follow our democratic tenets. Where there is a dispute, we go to court. And there is finality to those cases. We can't keep on, dealing with the issues, depending on the government that is there. Where is the separation of powers? Where is the separation of powers? That's why we have separation of powers. It is so that, some of these things, they are embedded in the law by the judgments that come out. So you can't continue, because now it is UPND. You go back. No, somebody's saying, I miss Sangwa. Sangwa has pronounced himself on this one. He has pronounced himself on this one. John Sangwa has pronounced himself on this one. He actually said it, that he didn't agree with Edgar Lungu's position before. But since the court made a ruling, that's it. We all abide by it. That's what John Sangwa said. John Sangwa agreed to say, no, he didn't agree to Edgar Lungu contesting an election. But since the court made a ruling in a court of finality, that's it. There is nothing that we can do. That is the position of John Sangwa. I mean, those of you who have the video, please send it to me so that I can repost it. But John Sangwa made that statement. And I watched it on Ken Dumbo's platform. I watched it on Ken Dumbo's platform. John Sangwa has made himself. Once the court has made a ruling, that's it. It's the same with the case of JJ. You can't come back now to say, no, we didn't charge him with this, we didn't charge. No. When that incident happened, you were supposed to charge him with all the cases. If you left out some cases, that's it. You can't come back now and open the case to say attempted murder. No. The facts are the same. The incidence is the same. The incidence is the same. That is the issue. Understand. You charge a person on that incidence, on that crime scene. You charge all the offenses. You don't leave out some and come back and say, no, we forgot to charge about this one. No. We forgot to. No, you can't. The incidence is the same. So you cannot go back to the same incidents and start bringing cases. It doesn't work out like that. If an incident happens, if your house is broken into, for example, your house is broken into, they steal a TV, they steal a stove, they steal a fridge, and then they go. Then they go to court, and a trial starts, and that trial is finished, and these Kawalalas are convicted for having stolen a TV, a fridge, and a stove. You cannot come back later on when they are serving or when they are even out of prison and 8 years later and say, no. Those thieves who came in my house, they actually stole my laptop as well. They also got my phone. You can't do that. So I want you to charge them again because I left out the phone. And like somebody was also saying, to say, no. They also raped my wife. So you didn't charge them for raping my wife. No. They are supposed to be together. Charge them for the TV, charge them for the stove, charge them for everything, all the crimes that they did. After that case is adjudicated upon, that's it, Kwamana. Yes, the law provides that the court can review. The law provides that the court can review. But even this review, it should be in reasonable time. It should be in reasonable time. And usually, when you're talking about reasonable time, it's usually 5 years. It should be in reasonable time. It shouldn't be because the government has changed. No. It shouldn't be because the government has changed. No. It shouldn't be because we now have compromised judges. No. That's why now we even have criminals, convicted people. You know, you are abusing, the UPND are abusing the court so much because they know they have compromised judges, because they have brought cadre judges. Now everyone is going to court, everyone is suing, everyone is suing. People are just being arrested, thrown, because they know they have compromised judges. Even people, you as a convict, you cannot sue anyone for defamation. You can't. A convict suing somebody for defamation, you have no character. You have no reputation to protect. Some of you have no reputation to protect. You have no reputation to protect. But I'm surprised during this government, even people, acclaimed convicts, they are If Umuntu is a convict, he's going to court at no, have been defamed. When you are a convict, you have been defamed. When you say defamation, you are protecting a reputation. And when you are a convict, you cannot be a person of a repute. You have no reputation. So some of these cases, you are just taking them to court because you know that you have got compromised judges. But even those compromised judges, even Ian Maworoboro, he will not clean you. If you are a convict, you are a convict. If you are a convict, you are a convict. You cannot sue anyone. And especially some of us who are in public domain. You can't. You can't. Me, I'm going to sue. Who am I going to sue? Who am I going to sue? Eh? Who am I going to sue? Why am I going to sue? For what? We don't forget it. You are in the public domain, and when you are in the public domain, people will say whatever they want about you. All you have to do is to come back and counter. That's why we are in the public domain. Our court is the public. Our court is the public. It's stupidity to go to court when you are a public, whatever, to sue people. It's nonsense. And usually, people who go to court, it's because they are in government, because they have got connection, because they have got to do portal. But otherwise, people who are in public, they don't need to go to court. Their court is the public. You say something about me, hey, Tayali is a rapist. I should be able, I'm a public person. I've got a platform to come and refute it. I've got a public to come and refute it. Going to court as a public person for defamation is an admittance that you have been defeated, because you are supposed to come back and counter. You don't run to court for the court to protect you. The court is not there to protect public figures. Public figures are supposed to protect themselves by talking, by countering. Bring the evidence. Talk about it. Let people hear. Hey, no, Dad, you killed in Samansama. I killed in Samansama. You made in Samansama to be killed. No. I don't have to sue anyone. I have to come here and tell you that it's not me. It's not me who caused that death. It is your president who was irresponsible by bringing confusion when he was called to court. He's the one that you should be talking about. And I should respond, and I'm responding to that because you talk about it. That is how we operate in public domain. Mwana wako pesha to come back in public and tell the people. That's how we operate. But wakawala wonsema convict, they are going to court claiming defamation. What reputation do you have? What reputation do you have? Eh? What reputation do you have? Oh, useless. Anyway, so this is the issue. The issue that I'm talking about is that don't use the court. Don't dare use the courts in the Edgar Lungu issue. You can play around the Mickey Mouse, these two cases. It's okay. You can be taking each other, demanding 40 million, demanding 10 million. It's okay. Keep doing that. But not this issue. This issue, no. You can't use the Concourt. You can't use the court to bar Edgar Lungu. Nafika Nika, you are treading on very dangerous grounds. Very, very dangerous. And I urge you, my brothers and sisters, I'm putting myself on record. I am putting myself on record that don't dare bar Edgar Lungu using the Concourt. It will backfire on you because you would have gone out of democracy, democratic tenets. You would have gone out. And once you go out, training ayapena, pakuiwesha, filashupa. Don't take for granted the peace that we are enjoying in Zambia. Once it is removed, it is very difficult to restore peace. You are better off maintaining peace than allowing chaos. It is very difficult to come back to that peace. And in this instance, when there is a confusion like this one, when we have a president who has failed to perform, clearly failed to perform, you can't keep that president. Anything that happens, anything negative that happens, it goes against the president. Whatever nonsense that is going to be happening in the country, it is going against Hakainde Ichilema. Those police officers that you are unleashing. Nshani mwenshila tampo ama phone call. Nshani. You know that nshila tampo ama phone call. I'll block you. You know that I haven't started my phone calls. So why are you calling? So don't go that route. Nami papata, don't go the route and democratic route to sustain Hakainde Ichilema in power. Everything that you are doing, which is undemocratic, it is working against Hakainde Ichilema. That is what you have to know. You are political advisor. If at all you are the brains of a political advisor, you would understand that when the president is in situ and is not favored by the people due to circumstances, anything negative that happens in the country, it goes against that president. It goes against that president. So anything, you send wakapokola all over. That is not helping Hakainde Ichilema. In the minds of the people, even, our politics, that's why some of us, we are very convincing in politics. We are very effective in politics. Because we don't talk to those who are already with us. No. I don't talk to those who are already with, they are already with me. I don't talk to convince you, those who are already convinced. No, I talk to convince those that I know they are not on my side. I am at 20 hours in Chita. It's not for those who are already on my side. No, it is for those that I know that these ones are not with me. And I respond to their doubts. That's what I do. I respond to their doubts. When I'm talking about Edgar Lungu, I don't talk about Edgar Lungu, the good things about Edgar Lungu. No, you don't hear me talk about Edgar Lungu. No, I talk about those doubts. I talk about the doubts that I know people may have about Edgar Lungu. And I want to convince them on that. I'm not interested in the UPND cadres, in the PF cadres. I'm not interested. Those are already this side. I am interested in the neutrals. Those who are neutral. Those who are doubtful. They don't know. Edgar Lungu, Boucher. I'm talking about those who are just like, they are not politicians. I'm not interested in praise singers. These are zombies. I'm not interested in you zombies. That's why I don't even argue with you. I don't argue with you. Zombies, I don't argue with you. You don't have your brains. I am interested in reasonable people. People with reason, people who can listen to me, people who can see what I'm talking about. Those are the people that I'm interested in. You can write as many comments, as many negative. Some people have asked me, how do you handle these negative comments? I don't care about the negative comments. I don't care. I don't care about the negative comments. I don't care about the unreasonable people. The reasonable people don't even comment here. The reasonable people don't even comment here. They don't. They only listen and they make a judgment. And those people, those people, those people, they don't like it when they see Vakapokola dotted around. They don't like it. They don't like it. They don't like it when they see you are stopping Edgar Lungu from going wherever. They don't like it. They don't like it. Those ones, and I'm telling you, when they see that, the favor goes to Edgar Lungu. The favor goes to Edgar Lungu. And that's why I tell you that the chief campaigners of the UPND, of Edgar Lungu, it's the UPND. It's the UPND. The chief campaigner number one is Hakainde Ichilema, who is every day talking about Edgar Lungu. Every day. He's the president. I'm telling you, he's the president. Whenever You are a president and you talk about the other citizen. The citizen is an underdog. And the people have got a nature of siding with the underdog. Usually, people side with the underdog. Usually. They side with the underdog. Even in Mubola, mwabulati, ba Zambia, baleteana bananikani, naba German. I mean, people already know that, German is a powerful team. So, ngabate yako mwino ba Zambia, abantu kulumba, they feel good. They side with the vulnerable. People sympathize with the underdog. That's what they do. And in this instance, you are the president. Edgar Lungu is a former president. He is not there. So the moment you are talking about Edgar Lungu, people are just looking at you to say, what's the problem with this man? What's the problem with this man? This man, we voted him out. Why are you talking about him? People already sympathize with Edgar Lungu. And you might be wondering, how come Edgar Lungu is doing so well? It is because HH has made Edgar Lungu. He has made Edgar Lungu. Some of you say, hey, but recently you are talking about Edgar Lungu, that Edgar Lungu cannot talk. Edgar Lungu cannot articulate issues. I still stand by that way. I still stand. Tell me, where did Edgar Lungu articulate issues? Tell me, when did Edgar Lungu articulate issues? Tell me. Yes, because some of you are this. Yes, okay. Tell me, when did Edgar Lungu articulate issues? When? I still stand by it. I still stand by it. But you people, you have made Edgar Lungu without him saying anything. Even if he has something to say, you have made him powerful. You have made him a force to reckon with because you don't allow him to talk. You don't allow him to talk. You don't allow Edgar Lungu to talk. You don't want to allow him to talk. So people are now sympathizing to say, nish vale mkanisha okulanda. Nish vale mkanisha. Why vale mkonka? That's what people are saying. That's what people are saying. And if you were politically intelligent, you would realize these things. You missed me. You should have had me on your team. I would have helped you. Not this nonsense that you are doing. Now, you think you are going to fix me? You won't. You won't, because you won't even touch me. You won't even get me. Hey, because you are not politically intelligent. You are not. Why? And on a Sunday, Zambia, Zambian, a lot of Zambians respect God. They venerate God. They respect Sunday. You start sending bakapokula kuma churches. There is no any other way of describing it. You are sending bakapokola kuma churches imwe. Mule amkula shingulu kama churches. Mule amkula shingulu but mulifipuwa imwe. I've never seen. I've never seen. I've never seen. How can you, Muzambia, mwambo kutumama ama bakapokola kuma churches? Kuma church Muzambia. Imwe Muzambia. Ukutuma bakapokola kuma churches. Ukutuma bakapokola mu office yakwa bishop. Ukutuma bakapokola mu office yakwa bishop. Hey. At the end of the day, it is not about the giftedness of Edgar Lungu. It is not about what Edgar Lungu is saying. Edgar Lungu is not saying anything. He's not. He's talking here and there. You know, there is that statement which he produced yesterday. I'm going to post it. But there isn't much that we can talk about. Edgar Lungu does not talk like Vasata. He doesn't. He doesn't talk like Basata. And they are totally different. Edgar Lungu has grace. And this is what you need to realize. Edgar Lungu has grace. Nichi nimobankosa mitwe. Nimobankosa mitwe. Tamwa ishvana lesa. Ngamwali ishvana lesa. You would understand that ule muntu na kwata grace. Ule muntu na kwata grace. Yes. Chirufa Tayali, you said chakuti. Yes, I said it. But Edgar Lungu has grace. It doesn't matter what I say today. It won't change anything. It doesn't matter what HH says. It won't change anything. It doesn't matter what Mumbamalila says. It won't change anything. It doesn't matter what John Sangwa says. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't. It doesn't matter what Fred Membe would say. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't matter whatever we are going to say. Ulia muntu na kwata mpashiwa kwa lesa. Na kwata mpashiwa kwa lesa. Na kwata mpashiwa kwa lesa. And mpashiwa kwa lesa nga wakuikila. Mpashiwa kwa lesa nga wakufikila. Tapali ifinga chinja. Tetfi chinji. Efo mufiro kuishwa. Edgar Lungu na kwata mpashiwa kwa lesa. Because nga filande mieva. Ukweba finisha chitire Edgar Lungu. Munjebe ko tell me something that is so significant ever since he left the office. Edgar Lungu, what has he done which you can say, yeah, he did this? Tell me one thing. You tell me, nala isurama phone, you tell me na mwisho chalingo kwa watu walungu babatemwe ni chivachitire munjebeko. Yes, me, I'm going to admit whatever. You can play those videos which I was saying negative things about Lungu. You can say them. You can play them. Start playing them by UPND. Look for those negative videos. Start playing them. Start playing them. And see if it is going to change anything. See if it is going to change anything. There is nothing that is going to change. Yes, I said Edgar Lungu cannot articulate issues. It's true. It is true. Even today I say the same thing. Edgar Lungu is not an orator like Sata. This is a fact. He is not an orator like Sata. He's not. He's different. He's different. And what is the difference? The difference is that Mupashua Kwalesa Ulina Lungu. Ulina Lungu. No matter what you will say, no matter what you will do, all these things that you are doing, you are just campaigning for Edgar Lungu. You are campaigning for Edgar Lungu. Balewa kapokola mule tandanya. Mule watandanya mwa watandanya. Town yonse mwa watandanya. You are spreading them all over. You are spreading all those police officers. Spreading them. When people see that, they don't hate Edgar Lungu. They like Edgar Lungu. If you lesa, ale mifulunganya, lesa ale mifulunganya. God is confusing you. God is confusing you to do wrong things every day because mpashwa kwa lesa ulipali Lungu. Echo mulefi rufianisha. You are doing things which are obvious. These things I'm saying, they are not rocket scientists. We all know. Even HH knows. Even HH benefited out of the victimization that he got from PF. He benefited from it. He knows. But how come he's doing it? Because lesa namuikata. The very things that made him are the very things that he's doing. The very things that made people to hate PF are the very things that he's doing. Why? Mupashua kwa lesa ngaikila efu achita. Efu achita mpashua kwa lesa ala fulunganya. Filafina ole mwana chanchani. Efo wa amukuchita. Efo mule chitane mwa UPND. Fidafine baba patile po wa PF. Ere mule fichita na over. Mule fichita na over. Abantu walipatile ba kada. They hated cadres. Hey, cadres namapanga. Ere mwa mkubuna namapanga. Mule awami anapana nikane. Napatala. Kwa. Ukula pepeka chishala kateka. Umwana kashi. Mwa mkula ndo nenapo mapanga. Kwa. And you think people will love you? You think people will like you? You think you are collecting political political capital or political profits for aka in the Ichilema when you behave like that. You think what you have done today in the Copper Belt, you think you are getting political mileage out of that. And I'm hearing this statement to say, we are going to arrest Edgar Lungu. Na papata muikateni. Muikateni Edgar Lungu muikateni. Na ngumu no wishukuka bien ka muikateni. Mufuaeni muikateni. Mufuaeni Edgar Lungu muikateni. Muikateni mwe. Muikateni. Muikateni Edgar Lungu. Ndemieva. Muikateni ka muikateni Edgar Lungu. Arrest Edgar Lungu. Arrest him. Arrest him. Arrest him. And then we will see. We will see. Oh, we will see. Arrest Edgar Lungu in Mwebantu. Arrest Edgar Lungu. I'm one of those people who wanted Edgar Lungu to be arrested. I wanted Edgar Lungu to be arrested. Muikateni ko Edgar Lungu tama muikatapo. Muikateni. Edgar Lungu talala po maseos. Dekeni alale ko maseos. Edgar Lungu talala po maseos. Ndefo alale ko maseos. Muikateni. Vanani kani? Va musamba. Kamu ikateni Edgar Lungu alale ko maseos. Kamu ikateni Edgar Lungu alale ko maseos. Kamu ikateni Edgar Lungu alale ko maseos. Muikateni. Efo ndefwa, inendefwa muikate mwe. Inendefwa ya muikate Edgar Lungu. Ndefwa muikate. Efo ndefwa ba echechi muikateni Edgar Lungu. Muli balongwa na imwe. Muli baume imwe. Muli baume ba Edgar Lungu. Muli baume sana imwe. Tumafira Edgar Lungu. Kumuikata so. Muikateni ba mdala kamuikateni. Kamuikateni mulange charot muli baume. Kamuikateni ba aka inga Ichilema. Kamuikateni Lungu. Imwe na papata kamuikateni Lungu. Kamuikateni mulange charot muli baume. Mwe baume na kuisa baume nomba. Tonga bu. Church. Hamuye mumujate. Mumujate Edgar Lungu. Mumujate. Kamuikateni. Tupange ko news kairi. I mean, it's boring. I mean, we are tired of kulanda pali wakapokola peka Edgar Lungu. Muikateni kairi nomba. It was on another level kairi. Edgar Lungu, it became on another level. We are tired of these stories following Edgar Lungu. Now take it to another level. Muikate nomba pa. Tukwate ko news. Edgar Lungu arrested. Effort to fire. Headline, Edgar Lungu arrested. All the news, shine, all social media, all international media will be talking about it. Tumfuikeko. Pangeni ko news va HH. Ikateni umuneni, muikateni Edgar Lungu. Muikateni. Let's see if that will make you, will give you, will sustain you in your power. Let's see if it is going to renew your political fortune. Let's see. Do that. Livingstone, do that. You have got powerful police officers. There is General Yui there. He can do the job. General Yui. Just give him commands. General Yui, tonight, make sure arrest Edgar Lungu. General Yui is good. Alatoba ulianama grind ala later, na crane kuta later to bring down the walls and get Edgar Lungu, no problem. So just give the command. Let's see how that will span out. Some of these things, te timulwe na mpashi wako alesa. Uyuni mpashi wako alesa umimine Lungu. Ni mieva inekwa bati. Njebeni po for Edgar Lungu fuachita. I'm talking about after Mampower. Kaini mwalimu Mampower. I won't talk about FYH when he was in power. No. Whatever he did, you removed him out of power. So, but how come now you want him back? What has he done? That's what I'm talking about. Show me what he has done. Let's talk about that. Ngatempa shwa kwa lesa. Ngana isuna mafoni. Munjebeko. atao tempashwa kwalesa ni fine fialenga. It is the grace of God. And when the grace of God is with you, nobody is going to stop anything. Nobody. And those of you who are thinking that you are going to fight this, you watch the space. Watch the space. This is unstoppable. And Edgar Lungu is just calm. He's calm, and I actually agree with his calmness. Because, you know, ngoli calm, lesale muwombera. We didn't know that Edgar Lungu is in the Copper Belt. We didn't know. But now everybody in the Copper Belt knows Edgar Lungu was in the Copper Belt. Because Nam campaigner. You have campaigned for him. Did he say anything? No. He was in the Copper Belt. Did he say anything? Tell me what he said. Those people that you are following, Avena Kalava, Vadani Pule, Vanan, what did they say? Okay, even if they attended church, what would they have said? Imagine, okay, you allowed them. They were in church yesterday. What did they say? Nothing. But the news is all over because of your behavior. Because of your behavior. Even when I gravitated towards you, I was giving you good ideas. But because Edgar Lungu has got grace, and I don't even care, because somebody would say, you are giving them ideas. No. These are confused in their own spiritual entanglements. UPND is confused in their own spiritual entanglements. They have got their own God who they worship. And that God who they worship has brought confusion among them. Nangumuwewe shani, they will not listen. We told them, buddy, JJ, this story, it is messing you up. They don't listen. Even now, you can say whatever you want about JJ, but they won't listen. They continue still doing stupid things. Even on Edgar Lungu, they will continue doing stupid things. They will continue until they go. Until they go. But I'm just praying that they will go democratically. That is my prayer. They will let them go democratically. And you know, we are talking about the Constitutional Court. Some of you might think to say, no. If they buy Edgar Lungu, then HH will survive. First, let me tell you, if by any chance, you manage to bar Edgar Lungu, which is not possible, owing to where we are coming from, and the tension that might bring in the country. But let's just imagine, you manage to bar Edgar Lungu using the Concourt illegally because of the cadres that are there. Okay, you manage to do that. First of all, do you think that the people of Zambia are that stupid to buy that kind of judgment, to buy that kind of nonsense? Do you think they will do that? They definitely won't. Definitely they will not. A few of you who are contaminated, who have got their spiritual battles, you will look at it to say, no, it's okay. But it will not. And okay, fine. Indeed, yes, you have barred Edgar Lungu, is not on the ballot. It only needs one word, Edgar Lungu. He doesn't even have to say one word. If he can just do this. Filafina temo kusonta abantu. Kwikata fyo mundu. Ififief, atifief. Chapwa. And it doesn't matter whether uyo muntu liwe na ngushani, it doesn't matter. Zambians will go for that person. Zambians will go for that person. And in my view, especially if this person has got some political clout, he will actually spiral the goodwill in the Zambian people. He will have more votes than Edgar Lungu if that happens. Because this person will be coming with his political fortune. Edgar Lungu will be bringing in his goodwill that he's enjoying already. Then he will bring in the sympathy, because people will be very sympathetic. People will be very upset that Edgar Lungu has been bad in this way. So even those will come in, especially those, the neutrals will be like, what nonsense is this? No, this is unacceptable. And they'll be looking for somebody to vote for, not a church. They will definitely go for this person. They'll definitely go for this person. Then there will be those that will be upset. This is nonsense. We can't go on. No. They will go for that person. Then this person will come with his political fortunes. That's it. This person can win over 90%. 90%. Because Edgar Lungu at the moment is standing on 70%, if you must know. Edgar Lungu is standing on 70% of the votes if we were to go for elections. Let's go for elections. Because this time around, not even Southern Province will give HH those results. Yes, of course, unless you be doing the rigging. When you do the rigging, because you know the rigging very well. And I know that ECZ is working very hard to do the rigging. But really, Southern Province will not give Haka in the Ichilema those numbers. The 90%, no, you will not. So Edgar Lungu is standing on 70%. But if another person comes in, we are going to 90%. Because of the sympathy, because of the annoyance, because of the political fortune that this person will come with. So it is not serving you. You will be making a bigger mistake to do that. But then again, there is another thing. Why I don't want this scenario, by the way, I said I'm going to explain. Why I don't want this scenario. For me, why I don't want a scenario where Edgar Lungu would have to choose who will run. Not that I've got fear or anything. I know anyone that Edgar Lungu will choose, he will, even if he went and got Cosmo Mumba, for that matter, even if he went and got Cosmo Mumba, I've just missed Cosmo Mumbo. That's why I've not mentioned Cosmo Mumba for a long time. So that's why I'm picking up on him. Even if he picked Cosmo Mumba or anyone that he picks, that person will win. But why I don't want this situation is that I want all of us, the opposition, to be together this time. I want all of us, the opposition, to be together. And this is my appeal to all the opposition leaders. And I keep mentioning some of these leaders because I love them so much. And I want them to be part of this UCA group. I mean, what we have is UCA at the moment. So I can't talk about anything else. What we have is UCA. So this is why I'm saying I want all of us to come on the UCA table. I want my Fred member to come on the UCA table. And Bakalamba Bandi, hear me out. It is not about Edgar Lungu. It is about us being together. Being together. I want my elder brother, KBF, to be part of the UCA table. I want Shalakateka to be part of the UCA table. I want Sean Tembo to be part of the UCA table. I want Savoy, all of us, the opposition, I want us to be together. And this is why I am saying we have no any other option but Edgar Lungu. Any other option but Edgar Lungu. Because it's only Edgar Lungu that can unite us. It's only Edgar Lungu that can unite us. Anybody else, we might be split. And I don't want that. Because the moment Edgar Lungu will appoint this one, I will feel to say, but why has he left me? Why didn't he pick me? I mean, I used to work so hard. I even went in exile. Whatever. Why hasn't he picked me? We are human. We are human. We are human. That may come in. But if it is Edgar Lungu himself, this issue will not come in. This issue will not come in. If it is Edgar Lungu himself, we won't have the issue of saying, but why didn't he pick me? I may not say, okay, why didn't he pick me? I would say, but why didn't he pick my Mundubire? Because, I mean, for me, Mundubire is one of those great people, I mean, that I would go for. Why didn't he pick Mundubire? Or I would say, but why didn't he pick Given Lubinda? Given Lubinda, after all, Given Lubinda has been vice president, he has sustained PF, he has gone through a lot. Given Lubinda has gone through a lot. Why didn't he pick Given Lubinda? That's what I'll be saying. And then somebody will say, but why hasn't he picked Sakwiba Scott? Sakwiba Scott is clean, Sakwiba Scott is untainted, Sakwiba Scott is a great man, he's very intelligent. Another person will say, but why not Kalava? Why hasn't he picked Kalava? Kalava is a brilliant man, you know, a young man with a very sharp mind and whatever. Why didn't he pick? Somebody will say, but no, why didn't he pick a woman? Why not Shalakateka? Because Shalakateka, blah, 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 and so on and so forth. Why not Savoy Imbolen? Why not Jack Slam? He's a young man and blah, blah, and blah, blah, and blah, you know. Why not Sean Tembo? So, I don't want this situation. I don't want this situation because it will divide us. We need this unity. We all agree that some of the problems that we are facing, number one, emanates from our constitution and the lacunas and loopholes that the constitution gives to those who are in power. That's why some of these things are happening. Because of the situation that we have with our constitution, we have lacunas, we have loopholes, we have unprecedented situations. Our constitution is prone to manipulation. And we all agree with this one. I don't think there is anyone, any politician who doesn't agree. Only Hakainde Hichilema because it is working in his favor. That's why they are not going into a constitutional review. Because it is working in his favor. But all of us who are outside will agree that the constitution needs to be worked on. And we can only sort out the constitution if all of us are sitting on the same table. If all of us agree and united by somebody who is experienced, somebody who we will give respect as a senior, all of us, all the other leaders, we have never been presidents. So Edgar Lungu being there, we are going to respect him. We are going to respect him. And I'm very sure Edgar Lungu will allow us to work on the constitution. Once we work on the constitution, then we can have a level playing field. Then we can compete better. We can compete better. So that is why I am saying there is no any other option but Edgar Lungu. And any progressive politician should be able to see this point. If we are going to be selfish to say, no, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it, it will not help us. It will not help us. And it might even derail our chances of, leading the country. Unless we work on the constitution, some of us will not even come close. Because whoever will be there will be arresting us, sending us into exile. So we need to sort out this issue of the constitution. So Edgar Lungu, and again, this is another favor from God. Edgar Lungu is the only one who possesses that statesmanship, who possesses that seniorship. It's only Edgar Lungu. And for the goodness sake is that, the other thing is that, he's the only one who will not have to drag his stay in power. Like what Hakainde Hichilema wants to do. Hakainde Hichilema wants to drag. He wants to stay there longer. He's not even looking at 2031. He's looking for longer. But Edgar Lungu should be agreed clearly. He's going to be a one-term president. He has done his term. He's going to do one term, sort out the constitution, and leave. So Edgar Lungu really favors him, But I know the desperation of the UPND. They are doing everything. to stop Edgar Lungu. But you can't fight grace. Not even killing Edgar Lungu will help you. Not even eliminating Edgar Lungu, because out of your desperation, owing to looking at what you did to JJ, looking at what you did to me, because somebody yesterday, the other day was telling me to say, but you speak about your situation so lightly. My situations are not light. Though I take things easy, I'm not, that sensational about some of these issues. But those soldiers at my house, that was an assassination attempt. That is a desperation of the UPND. The many times that they have taken me in Lukulu, that is a desperation. The many times that they have come and broken into my house and taken me to places where nobody knows, that is a desperation situation. And this is what happened to JJ. This is what happened to a preacher who talks about his prophecies. Yeah? He talks about his prophecies, whether they are true or not. He is preaching and he talks about this prophecy. You go and abduct this man, torture him. What are you doing, Wevand? The man is doing the work of God. He's a man of God. You may not believe him, but there are people that believe him. There are people that follow him. Why go and arrest that, pick that pastor and torture him? You are so desperate. You are desperate to that point of going to pick a man of God and torture him. A man of God. You torture him. You may not agree with him because you have your own gods. But you go and pick him and torture him. And this is what Hakainde Hichilema was talking at the press conference. No change, no what. I keep talking about my Catholic clergy. Unite, be united. Be united, because I know that some of you are still, trying to lean to this government. I'm telling you, this man is attacking our church. Hakainde Hichilema is attacking the Catholic Church. This is no doubt Hakainde Hichilema is attacking the Catholic Church. If you can't see the disrespect which happened in Cabo, if you can't see that disrespect going into the office of the bishop, if you can't see that, then where is our profession of faith? Because we Catholics were supposed to defend our church. We're supposed to defend our church. Our church is apostolic. Our church is apostolic, meaning it's coming from the Pope. We have the leadership. Our church is Catholic, meaning it is solid. It is solid. It is protected by the Holy Spirit. We're supposed to protect it. That's why we profess every Sunday, I believe in the Holy Catholic. I believe in the Holy Catholic. When the preachers are preaching, they are preaching the Holy Spirit. They are preaching in the name of the church, for the church. We are holy. The church is holy. The church is holy. Why are you allowing this Jezebel, this bar, to come and tell us how we should preach? Because that's what you're doing. You are allowing bar. You want bar to come and tell us how our fathers should start preaching. They want us to abandon our responsibility to social justice. They want us to abandon that. They don't want us to touch, the social justice. They want to tell us what we should be saying. And some of you, and shamefully so, some of you are even, priests. Some of you are even bishops. You are seemingly entertaining this. The church is under attack, and you are seemingly entertaining this. When are you going to stand and defend our church in Zambia? When are you going to stand and defend our church? No, because it happened to that priest. No, because it happened to that priest. The following day, this guy comes, you are putting a red carpet for what? Why are you putting a red carpet for Hakainde Hichilema, who is not respecting your church? A priest shares in the ordination of all the clergy, including the bishops. So a priest, even if a priest is wrong, the first thing is that you need to respect his ordination. He's human, of course. It doesn't mean that he is infallible. He's human. He can make mistakes. But by the fact that he shares in the ordination, in the sacrament of ordination, which other priests and the bishops share in, is a brother who should be protected. But you are taking a casual approach towards these matters. Until it happens to you. Until it happens to you. I keep saying that dictators, baba kwati malomba, bali oyu, tabaikute. Mairo futi wakafuayo wakulia. And you never know, no shali mwaka bamo. No shali mwaka bamo. Some people have lost jobs here. Some people have lost jobs. Iona nikane, achani. What is this? Mount Choice. No shali mwaka bamo. You are losing jobs. Because of the bad governance of the UPND. No shali mwaka bamo. Some of you civil servants, you have lost jobs. You are on suspension. No shali mwaka bamo. Kumaini uko. Mule chula. No shali mwaka bamo. So these people are very desperate. They are very desperate. And we need to stop it. We need to stop it. And yes, indeed, they can even phantom eliminating Edgar Lungu. They can even phantom eliminating Edgar Lungu. But even if you eliminate Edgar Lungu, in his death, Edgar Lungu's favor will continue. Edgar Lungu's favor will continue. Edgar Lungu's spirit will continue. It won't stop. It will not keep Hakainde Hichilema in State House. It won't. It won't. So Edgar Lungu in death will still be talking. The grace, the favor that is on Edgar Lungu will still be moving in Zambia. You can't stop it. You can't stop Edgar Lungu. Edgar Lungu is unstoppable at this point in time. You can say whatever you want. Edgar Lungu is unstoppable. Edgar Lungu is the next president. The only thing is, are we going to do it democratically? Or we are going to use other means where people react? But people can only react if you don't use democratic means yourselves. If you yourselves use the court to frustrate this, you are going out of democracy. That case has been adjudicated upon a number of times. If you yourselves continue spreading the police officers, stopping Edgar Lungu, putting Edgar Lungu like in a house arrest, that is undemocratic. If you yourselves decide, to bar Edgar Lungu from contesting by whichever means you use, that is undemocratic. People might react. If you yourselves decide to eliminate Edgar Lungu, that is not democratic. People will react. Whichever way you look at it, Edgar Lungu is unstoppable. And all these things I've spoken about, I've not even considered the 50% plus one. HH is gone. Because even if you talk about all these scenarios, you remove them. You think Hakainde Hichilema can get 50% plus one. You think Hakainde Hichilema can get 50% plus one. He can never get 50% plus one. So even in an ordinary situation where he has some little support, he can never get 50% plus one. And once he fails to get 50% plus one, usually the opposition, even those who don't want, they come and rally behind the opposition. They can never go to Hakainde Hichilema, especially Hakainde Hichilema, who has even lost some of us. We went to him and he kicked us out. So how is he going to survive? He can never survive. Leaving the grace of Edgar Lungu and everything, just putting 50% plus one there, Hakainde Hichilema is gone. Let me open phone lines so that you can start calling in. You can start calling in now and share your views. Yes, you have the number there. I don't have to say the number because if I say it, TikTok will complain. So I don't have to say the number. That's why I don't say the number. I don't want TikTok to be giving me, to be penalizing me. So you can call in now and give your contributions. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, yes.
Good evening, Mr. President.
Good evening, good evening.
How are you today?
No, I'm good, I'm good.
Okay, Mr. President, I just have one question. When we're talking about former President Edgar Lungu's eligibility, and in the event that the Concourt rules against him, okay, do we then declare the 2021 elections null and void?
Absolutely.
Or how are we supposed to work things out?
Absolutely. When you look at our constitution, just to keep you there, when we look at our constitution, is that if there is an election and one candidate for some reason falls out after nomination, for whatever reason, he falls out, it means the whole election must be redone. That's what it says. That's what our constitution says. So when you are following democracy, it simply means that if you say Edgar Lungu was not eligible, it means that election was now and void. We must have another election. But then look at the confusion that will cause. Because that man has already been sworn in. Haka Indeshirem has already been sworn in. So what do we do with that swearing in? What do we do?
Exactly.
He has already performed. He has already performed some executive functions. What do we do with those situations? What happens? So really, it is very, very confusing situation, which wise judges would not dare go into. But you know the foolishness of UPND, because they are the ones who are sponsoring this. They are not seeing this scenario. The confusion that is there. Everything falls off my sister. Everything. Speaker, because they might think that no, the speaker can take over. She will not be valid. She swore. She would have sworn to an illegitimate president.
That's very
so she will not be. She will not be a speaker. All those who have sworn, who have made sworn an allegiance to the presidency, they will not be, because he would be an illegitimate president. But by UPND, they don't want to see this. So it is confusion, my sister.
No, that's very true. That was my question.
Indeed, that is the situation.
Yes, that is a very, very precarious situation that we're in. So meaning, who then declares that election null and void? Is it President Edgar Lungu or it's President Echech?
Well, basically, in this instance, if they rule against Edgar Lungu, they say, because that is actually a petition. Your question is very right, because basically that this guy is saying that ECZ was wrong to accept the nomination of Edgar Lungu. Okay, that's what they're saying. But he was accepted and he was part of the election. So basically, if they say they were wrong, basically, according to the constitution will be declaring. It is not the Concourt that will be declaring the election now and void. It is the constitution, because our constitution is very clear. I I would have quoted the article, but it is very clear that immediately, I think it is Article 106. Anyway, it is very clear that once one candidate after nomination falls off, we must have a election. We have had it. We had it in Kabwata, remember? We had it in many other places. So, unfortunately, yeah.
Okay, no, those are my 2 cents, President Tayali. Have a very good evening.
Thank you. Hello? 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 Matero Sugar, hello?
Nandi.
Ulishani nkashanti?
Mbuye ndo ndibani wino.
Ndifuna nakufuluka.
Tale we. Haja pata mlemoneka mone.
Nishiremoneka kuisa na iwe na walishiboko na iwe na likweva iwe ati yo kutu waisa mbwana no kumbona iwe. Iwe na ticket kuti nakufuaila iwe.
Okay, nomba twita kwa kuidiashi. Ime kwa ninganda kote kia Tayali. Mamo noko yaba. Au. Vyo sudemo na hapa vyo abarekitashani ni pawa.
Fodi obetaile mfika bwino sana chirisha ili palaudi akula ndefe bwino so that tumwe bwino.
Okay. Apa mune umbu apa?
Apa fya mfika nomba Matero Sugar landa kashandi.
Mwamo noko chabanga bamipoka pawa.
Hao natumona.
Apa tulelanda pawa yali sera pawa yaba kuli yakainde chile makuli ba UPND uko eba leteka. Mwamona? Biya baleteka wao tuwapepeke mu office yaba. Mwale mone fyale chitika bachifya Tayali. Kukoti uko oko balese ndama ama putebo bali amkubika pakoti paja na matreti yabo bali amkubika pakoti aba nabo mailo kule chati bali yakulya mkutiba balugulira emirandu ukusanga putebo na magwara balenwa na ma office na bakoma. Ni mu PF mu fyale chitika efyo.
Sure.
Mwamona? Bale ya kuti uyo sampo oko bale baka judging oko ama judges 01 tuangwa 01 uko bambina abasayi noko uruchero bale ama nawo ukusanga ama dona abesala ni kwisa ni mu PF yale kitika nishiba Edgar Lungu bale teka. Mwamona? So abo mutinganda ba Edgar Lungu tapala oko bale na beshiba. Mwamona awo bafuyefe ba ikala tapya bombe tapali na 2026 UPND ile teka akainde teme ule teka ba Edgar Lungu yali pwesta yabo bali teka kadi. Pawa yali selekale so ito tonso kubalera ndamalanda kamwasho ule ili atabamucheba kukanwa. Mwaupa ndume yangu.
Hao fya mfika mkashi andi walishiba pano I mean my society na yolera ndo omolefu mwena.
Kwa hivyo hapa tunombalini hapa wose mu mwalanda ati ba Edgar Lungu ba fake tabali bwino but mwaisa piruka tukatika milioni. Mwamona?
Bushana ungu kwa bwino.
Katwishi nga baminisha mushinga katwishite twishibi.
Nkashi andi.
So ifyo ndume yanji pawa yali yakali.
Yo naumfwa. Natumfwa nechalo nachukumfwa nkashi andi.
Okay, msantame bwino.
Okay, chisuma.
All right.
It's a democracy. People must be able to express themselves as they see things. I've said what I think, and others have got a right to say what they think. That's what she thinks. Hello?
The beauty about democracy, people can speak whatever they want to say. But the reality is what is on the ground. And what is on the ground is what makes people to turn up and vote for the right person. So on my own, I cannot say Edgar Lungu win. Is that what is on the ground? You know, like let's look at it. For me, I'm even feeling sorry for our UPND. They are wasting so much time on Edgar Lungu. But ama years later, and they have not even performed anything for the people to look at and for the people to vote for them. This time they are wasting taking Edgar Lungu, Concourt, and everywhere. They should have invested that time to start building Ifinto Fevalela Yabantu. Today Zambia is a shame. There's no power. Tamwa Bamalaiti. meaning that our industries, our factories have collapsed. Noliomo aichowa kweteka barber shop ali sala. Na bali abana bameli abachituba kumatelo amasaloon nga bali kwa Tayali sala. So what base are we going to vote for UPND back in power? That is the question we should ask. But for me, Tayali, I've got only one question. As Zambians, let's start mobilizing new people to vote so that we can put the right person back into power. That is our job now. Let us start mobilizing those people that didn't vote for them to start picking up their voters card and educate them the right person to vote for. Thank you, Achilufia. God bless you.
Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Sharwatan.
Mkwai.
How chatting? Kare to monene. Papita kwa madezi.
Mkwai.
Tayali. Limodi mwanangu tatwasuka fimo fyala anda umbi. Mwomba limo turasuka uyomayo. Na ene.
Sorry, I've lost that one. Let me pick another one. I've lost that. Yaputuka fie. Yaputuka. So, hello? Hello?
Hello, Mr. Tayali.
Yes, please. Try to speak right into the mic of the phone and speak louder so that people can hear you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes. Good evening.
Good evening. Please speak louder. Speak louder. Try to strengthen your voice.
I'm calling from Lusaka.
Okay. Hello. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Mr. President.
Yes, sir.
Mwabomben kwai.
Mkwai Mwawombeni.
Kwai. Kwena ndefa ndanda kwa President weso. The extra comment pamulimo mwebomba. Lesa mipa. Andra. Akuranda kwena Zambia. Ifyo ndefa yokusosa pya kwa wati. Abantu nshishiwe. Abare support. Pledge sticker. Nga baremona nga firifye nomo shishibe because apatufikire icharo cheso tachiri buino ifintu achirufya tafiri buino te economy fya yeka lero kuri ifintu ifire chitika ifya kwa batinga mwalolesha awe ichalo nshishire ko chirerora shishire ko chirerora ba president ifire chitika fyonse fire chitika ba president weso ba haka inde ichilema please waibweshe panshi nama political advisors yabo ao babafundishe. If you want to establish the campaign, for Zambia to Lemona. Ni shukura tumaba police shukura kucheva abantu abarepe pama pepo. Omuntu shukweto mulandu. Because gana kwa to mulandu bamuchite samon. Aye ku police bachite investigate bamuchite question. Papitiruwa bangire. No banga bamufafya tuyu ale akuchechi kutuma ba polisi kuyachita broko amapepo if it's against God. Ala lesa na fulwa. Mpirafi mwana watu pya kuseka. Lesa tasekera muri fifile chitika mcharo chesu. Icharo chesu icha Zambia. Lesa rifimia boko mulandu wa butungurushi. Chitika. So shishiwe kwena koseni po tuafurisheni ba Edgar Lungu ne bumba lyabo bonse vya opposition parties bekatane ifuta tulesa kama na ine parwandi ne mwina Zambia chilesa kama no keminina as long as twafumya pa bale HDF umutende mcharo tatukwetawe na totera wa president lesa misunge ale misungo umutende mkwae
na totera mkwae. Yeah, ish. What that man has said, tatukweto umtende mcharo. Tatukweto umtende mcharo. And it's true. You know, like what he has said, it's not only the economy. Hello?
Hello, Mr. President.
Yes, sir.
Mwabomba shati.
Awe, wino femkwa, katushina imunga mulishani.
Awe, tulisho President. My name is Michael, I'm calling from England.
Yes.
Now, what I wanted to say is that, please, our made material already put in the platform, yes, umo. Vale, kabule wa President. And then in a way, I want to understand the size of our land. They like a proper page up for.
No, panono mweba kumangarande. No banga tuambo kubakanya. Ni shinaifwe tualuba muli democracy. Because democracy, we must allow everybody to say whatever they think. If we have got the right to say, we think Edgar Lungu is the right person to rule Zambia, we shouldn't stop them when others come in and say person. That is democracy. So,
I've got your point.
I've fallen into the trap. And for me, I don't want to fall into the trap. I want to be that person that wants to listen, you know, from both sides.
Exactly. I'll just continue from later Zambia, continue because what I'm saying, Zambia said one in Katiri we know. Abantu balelira shomo shachela wetuchitevi ushe abantu I don't know ushaka kwa president abakwata political advisor ule bashita advice
political advisor ule chitab that abantu political advisor abakwata ba agent
my goodness
my political advisor but I'm going to tap that member of parliament.
It's not true.
Political advisor. Eule am going to tap that abantu.
You are we know.
Yeah, no.
Let's continue from the Tayali. Please keep on updating them.
Yeah, no, thank you very much, my brother.
Because I want to for the coalition of that. But please keep updating them, please.
Thank you. Hello.
No, thank you very much.
Hello. Yes, sir. Hello. Bueno, fe. Shan name. Hello. We can hear you. Ah, bueno, fe.
We foko ya tilife bueno. Therefore, Kuranda Kofenji with a eligibility of a former president Edgar Lungu. The referral shall coffee to let them but money, some judges, we know what a man we know, to morning the right what a man, right upon a material test up. Kaidi, red by Landagakovati, Barungo. Caribambo Kuranda. What is it? Good. Bango bakashinja Petesco bakafizike Tero shako petuka mwana bakwa takaipa shoko batukoti kwa bamano ama judges balataru basta judge according na funani funderi yara so treva tamba nyatamo kwa ni pari ifibale konga wa former president kuli kwanza ko baya baba kongo kuli kwanza ko baya na tena bakonga ni eposi na wala wonse bali tango machechi ngwa police baza mchechi ngamulesi mwana se wino Ishta kuvota mukavotere ngamuri funaso mumapoli mumachechezi muri ita police wachiri mbira tuishiveti kamuchara kwachimbi muri nkoni Nombanga kwa bana masoja teri yakala tamutoba kama pimuchechi mulamu inawo ikala muchechi bakutoba mapi masoja abo bali fokutuletera
ala icho chintu bali fokutuletera amasoja
so kabakonka nyepo byofini na abo bene ba sister mwasuminisha okulanda baleke ni balera fye because it's important mulesa ambisha ko ba HH kweba democracy isuma ila mwachi basuminisha bala ba sister okulanda na chitemwa ine bantu ba HH amushuwa baletambala bena basambira kwa kuba cyo kanshi kusuminisha abantu okulanda cyari ba important nangu tari ande fya manu muleke fyo muntu arani it's important atotera batari
atotera. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah. You know, Pansaka, we have a lot of things that happens. You find that even in the villages, people gather to discuss about certain things when there is a problem like there's a lion that has come to attack the village or eating the animals. They sit there trying to find a way of removing that particular animal. And if a fool from nowhere says, no, keep that animal, it's okay, leave it alone, it's doing nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Then there's a problem. That's exactly what your sister, you call your sister, is trying to come up on this program to tell us that no, everything is fine. We should continue with this lion which is taking us now. That is sad. So talk to your sister to say he should not disturb our discussions. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Batadi, achimputura nshakoko leno.
Emkwa.
Ala batadi tulemitasha pamulimo ntumulebomba. No echikulu nichi ifyo landiri omupashi wa mushilonga na wikira ku muntu. Takuinga bowenga uchingirisha.
Aho tapati.
Tule batasha na bobene ba HH bapitishemo na mano yabo yaene ayakonka badungu. Tatu asaka maneyo. Bachapa bikide byelese okuboko. Lungu na kwatenchi toshingisha kwisabumba. Wanu ukulete chalo pamo. Tu ukufusha yenganda ya mapepo. Tapari umbiunga ipishi. Ewa ba interested na figura. Lidia chale telechi kulenganda ya mapepo. Kuko shogwina Kristu wa gwina Zambia. Techa kwangala chidaliyo. Bati abashikwetu omupashi bale chimunafi kwati chafyefi. Ngafye ntwalera ndomu kubati amachechi yabu amapepo yabu kuba. Nomba lesa bani mabyotora. Mache wandi lekeni so chawa mishatye abapanza balelanda nangufya bushulwe basumisha baleleka balande efe balelanda. Yishuko lyabo. Nafuna tukwate shuko lyesu. Kwa na fye fili background awe nangu chikashuko shani. Bale bwelela tani. Amapepo yetu pepate afyefi. Amapepo yesu yale mfuika kuli Yehova lesa watubumbire. Wapangire nechichalo kusachibiko kuti chabwina Kristo. Pakatikati Yehova kushe kuti ate muchichalo kuchaba echabu sataniki. Awe patani mwaichezi wandisenda bapo. Lesale kupala. Tuwadi diano mulimo. Thank you.
You know, he has touched on a very important issue. Finishing that church. Edgar Lungu started that church. No matter what we can say, we can have our differences. But that project of that church that Edgar Lungu started, it needs to be finished. And somehow, if we go back, even in the Bible, you know, it is somehow prophetic. It is somehow prophetic. And maybe that's why God has really insisted on Edgar Lungu, because really, God is the one that has insisted on Edgar Lungu. God is the one that has insisted. Even himself, Edgar Lungu, wherever he is, he cannot say, this is what, no. God has a purpose, and like he has said, Lesa, namsala Edgar Lungu, ukwewe ati esa wele, apuishe nchito atampile. And nchito atampile, one of the things that he started, it's building that church. I am sure by Edgar Lungu, Bale Umfwa, to come and complete that church. To come and complete that church. I strongly believe, I agree with the caller, that God is bringing back Edgar Lungu to come and complete that change. Because the current regime has moved away, has moved the country from God. They have no respect for the change. They have no respect for God. They have no respect. That's why they are able to enter into a church and arrest people. That's why they are able to condone a church and stop people from going to church. That's why the president himself, is able to say, it doesn't matter which church, no matter how big. I mean, that kind of language, surely. Warning the churches like that. Warning the churches like that. Treating men of God in the manner that they are doing. This man of God that you are torturing. Who are you to judge? Who are you to start questioning what this man of God was preaching? Who are you? Who are you? You may not agree with it, but it's not up to you to judge. You cannot go and torture a man of God. I mean, these things, not only Wakaunda were happening, torturing a man of God. You may not agree with him. I do understand. You may not agree with him. You may be belonging to another church. But as long as this person is identified as a man of God by either 2 or 3, let it be. Let it be. Don't touch him. Don't touch him. And he was not even doing him. And he was not even doing.
Ichile kadipa sana bate. Pari jeje. Bushe pari jeje ba lero le dati ero ke setu bilang. Device lefe mo pao. Ngala di muchitire pin down.
Exactly.
No, bapanga plan ni bamutsa. Ero di daba sokolola. Ero muchitira dati. Ero nomba bese batanze kumutashaka kumuntu. Adina peni mubiri. Akubali na peni. Tutaba kiri na peni. Ero bena besa kutukina. Ifiramba tureri la pari jeje. Niko zangu ya ubuda. Bae kesa ya kwa Bataya kutulandi ero le sale bisha bwino ero le sale bisha na family yeno ero le sale singa kani yenu kuira bala kuira ba problem ba yo muka kwejaba kumuteni abungu ngabaitsa aterika
na totela
emkwai.
And it's true, just picking up on that point, you see, Uyu JJ by HH today, HH is calling JJ a thug. I will keep reminding you that soon after elections, HH was talking to JJ. HH was talking to JJ. HH was a darling of HH, JJ was a darling of HH. That is why JJ was given the position of leader of independent members of parliament. He was given that position. And JJ worked so hard to bring members of parliament closer to HH, such that we saw the members of parliament lining up to welcome HH when he was coming from Europe. There, it is there for all of us to see. It was there. Please don't call me on my direct line. When you call on my direct line, I'm simply blocking. Jack Piri, stop calling on my direct line. I'm just going to block you. Don't call. There is a number that you are supposed to call. Usually I post it. I can't say it now because if I say it, I'll be penalized. So JJ was a good friend when they just came into power. Hakainde Hichilema didn't see him as a thug because he was on his side. But JJ realized that no, this man is a no man. You can't work with this man. Just like some of us realized that it's difficult to work with HH. And he went back to Edgar Lungu. The moment he went back to Edgar Lungu, he became a thug. And he targeted, because he looked close. He appeared to be close to Edgar Lungu. After that, they realized that, he has revealed who abducted him. Now they want to give him aggravated robbery. How? It's so unfair. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Honorable Dad, good morning.
Good morning. Hello? Hello? And please don't use a video call. Don't call me on video. Just, make normal calls, not video calls. And don't call on my line. Some of you have my number. I know a lot of you have my number. But I don't use it for the program. That phone, that line, I mean, I just use it for my personal communication. So it's not the number that I use for my direct talk. The number that I use for my direct talk is, if you look, especially on Facebook, it's there. Anyway, so issue akwa JJ, it is very unfair, and I can't imagine that certain people are even supporting it. I mean, you can't support such a thing. You can't support such a thing. In every way, that case it went to court. It has been adjudicated upon. It's finished. And you want to bring it and calling JJ a thug. Hello? 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 Hello?
President.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Good evening, Mr. Tayali.
Good evening.
Sorry, I should have called you President.
No, it's fine. It's fine. These are just the positions. They shouldn't be getting into our heads. We should realize that we are who we are. Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. What people are forgetting is the fact that when somebody loses popularity, government managed to wipe out all popular candidates. And people went for the least candidate everybody else expected to hold in power. It's easy to get around today with all the gadgets that we have. Somebody can get popular in a day. And that was a revolt vote.
Yes.
So people revolted against the people that were in government, and they chose exactly somebody different. Jacob Zuma has upset the ANC.
Yes.
He came in third, but they cannot make a government now. So what we are saying is, we will never vote for H. I would go to do myself if Lungu is not there. I'll go for Katonde. I'll go for Sean Tembo. I'll go for this CF man, Kalaba. As long as Edgar Lungu said, go that way, that's the way we are going. So people should get to know that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Tayali, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Tayali, I want to talk on issue ya kuvusha ma cases ya ayapitire mu court kale kwata ya kwa jeje. Court yaripita yaripangana decision. So what do it mean for the president to go back on the case yapitire kale mu court? So if the president want to do that, then balapo kama powers ya court balapanga ma decision ni vena ko iyo yala but the judges, they will need to change the proceedings of the court whereby to satisfy the head of state. And I don't know why Valero Shafipama cases ayali ba PF against the UPND. Now, ngama cases kwa tiave na Congo. Congo alifwa, we are not hearing anything. Wanakachinda, is it last week balandira ati ngabalefo kusha ma cases. Na kesi yaba bagari nkombolo abapumine kuli uyumbi uyu
Mwalitete.
Nani uyu kala mwaliteta. Yonse ya ma cases bayavushe. Bayavushe nga balefo okumoneka kwa church balefo okuvusha fyonse fyakati na corrupt na privatization yabo. Kyo bapangenda byonse ama cases yaratufire twayavusha. Cause ni straightforward number fiance fibwele fibe straightforward yonse ari ama cases yonse tafuire fi ama cases mwasara fi ama cases yakubusha so tubusha yonse ama cases tuyalete pabweru we start going one on one cause turebwera mu mfintu fimofine so ngabalefu kuba very truthful yonse ama cases bayabushe. Ero nishi ama judges bonse nishitaba kwete nchito bene beshibe ma cases ofufire yaenda. Then we won't go anywhere as a country. Tofe na chafo kulanda kofi.
No, thank you very much. Hello?
President Harry.
Yes, sir.
I want to remind you something, maybe never, President Tayali. The president wa HH, ikatubamba kusha makesezi ya budala. Waiswanga ushe kesi ya mwaliteta, anabwambenya gari nkombo, kufuna kumchora kwaja, mu presence yao. Cause mwaliteta, alapanga mulandu, gai mulandu suora. And mwaliteta, by that time, in the
Hello? Hello?
Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, it's so sad, where you are listening to a podcast like this, and 99.5 are calling for the failures of HH. That tells you a story. I think so far, since I've started listening, apart from your sister in Matero, for HH.
Limbi baletina.
So nepo bale.
Limbi baletina.
Nepo bale yakabaleo. Takuli, kuti watini chosapota. Na kuturete na ba Brazil, tetura rumba 10-0 lero ba Zambia. But na mwishi wa fiat ya patulefu. Kuti watina shani. Ukulumba tatuleka. Ukulumba tatufika ukuleka. I just want to open their eyes.
Sorry, not a bit, but in the past they used to accuse me that I was selective with the phone calls, but I just pick phone calls as they come. I just pick phone calls as they come. I don't.
How do you save numbers?
Randomly.
How do you save numbers of 1,000 callers? To know that this one is calling is UPND, this one is not.
Yeah. No, please go ahead, sir.
You know, at one point I would even suggest that Bukapange panel for MB. They have made us to become orators. We never used to think we can even start talking. But there is a point whereby you can't contain the pain that is in you. And you just start talking. For a long time in Africa, I've listened to Malema. I've listened to the same orator in Zambia here, HH. Until his death, that's when I heard Chilima's speech. That moved me, and I shook. That guy was something else. And he meant what he was saying. And if we can have leaders such as Chilima, the late vice president, I think would be, he was so a humble person. I just want to talk about this guy today. I was seeing videos of him, Alessandro Nobu Church. He was a staunch Catholic. He was one of the ushers in church, collecting offering as a vice president. And he was not doing it for political mileage. You can even tell this guy is just humble. Not this arrogance we have in our leaders here. I don't know what law we have in Zambia that guides us. Here is HH. Just the moment he stepped his foot in the political arena, we heard a lot of cases about him. We heard, no, he's bought this, no, he did this, until recently, 2020 or 2019, for the treason case. And this is the person who go and allow on a ballot paper. Where are we? Alas, to come back send no, just because he's talking well or he's got money to make up a ballot paper. And when he rules us like this, we start complaining.
Yeah. No, thank you, my brother.
Where was the law?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, to start with, I want to thank you for bringing up this program, and I'm praying that God will add more years to your life.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. Because why am I sending you the blessings? Because you are one of the few people who started talking on behalf for the masses in this country who are suffering. When everyone ran away from Edgar Lungu, you are the only one who remained with the likes of Benamo until everyone now started seeing things the way you are seeing them. And most of the times, your analysis has been very accurate. Yeah. Except
yo tekumikata pakanwa ndumeandi tekumikata pakanwa. I'm sure you understood what I was facing, and I was very clear when I moved. I actually said, you people, I've been with you. Edgar Lungu once imwe banani. But look, banjirikisha banjirikisha monene fonde chula nalachitashana. I mean, that's how I ended up, and that's how I ended up with them. But still, it doesn't help. And look now where I am. So my path is very straightforward. When I went to them, I told you people to say, inena chula, mone nema cases. Nanguni kuna kuina ndala, that mone ndikuno ine, mwantumina kokangwe, ile wakambwesha, muna ndoka tinafilo kulipila renti, mukata mpokula nsekata, mwamona, I try to do my best, but sometimes I don't get enough support. Please go ahead. Akula ndeni.
Yeah. So, not to cut you, Pakanwa, me, I understood you very well. And what happened to, what's his name, Chimbakambwe? You know, Chimbakambwe said something those days. Nesha fella that Ababantu, Value tribal. Am I?
Yes, I can hear you.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, you are clear.
When Chimbakambweli, yes, what these people to say, Ababantu Value tribal, Nangumwalete Snef Mwalandat Saleni Pop. These people can still go this road. But Chimbakambwili will apologize at some point. I'm one of the people who said Chimbakambwili will regret. He has apologized for saying the truth. And this thing will continue. And I think that you should remember. You know, now, coming to my point that if you come out of women, but you didn't quite do so. I hope you get me right. One song for Umo. I want to have I can cite few examples that the Malanji Boman Lusambo issue. Taba confidence on Parifia. Abantu Valanda press conferences, nothing happened. Look at Monduvile's leadership in Parliament. No matter how much people told them to say this is a wrong move, look at Oyuna and Canada, the crowd society over the phone out. People talked, nothing happened. The example Ziengi. Now, the fear which I have is this. What will stop them from buying our album 2026? That is the weapon. Because the other problem which I'm having, the only brave people in this country are few. One of them is you. You came in, you have exposed a lot of things, trying to help people to say, guys, let's rise against this thing. At this time around, it's not happening. What makes us Gavat Tunyunya, Vachoko Vakesa Chin, Vakesa Leke la Fefin, Vakalanda okay, let's go it the fair way. Because the fear is these people are not going to give us a crap like this. Because Vakawine Abushi. And that's my biggest fear. I don't know how you look at it. No. Because I know you have already seen it. You are trying to help people see it, and people are not seeing it. Press conference. How many press conferences have we done? They are not helping us. The judiciary is not helping us. The courts are not helping us. All the institutions are not helping us. Apart sheriff and Mfumu na sheriff got the police. How much do you know leaders?
Thank you very much. No,
that's my biggest fear.
I've gotten your point. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And you are there.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Kawo tumalibi aboti.
Gaboto, come on. Okay, so Nandinababo very brief, but I just want to talk about Mbuyi Gitiga, especially with the police government. Vayechechi nivakainka muma politics. Ikuti na all these predecessors vari kuchitavo. I don't think he would have won elections or he would have been president of Zambia. Yes, we would see here and there some dotted whatever, but kwamba masimpe obumbuka tari awujita tabuhite. Let's all imagine for 2026 during the campaigns, vantu vaiva kuti tuyotarira kuenda natuyova vomanda kotuika kulayosya vatayali kotuzwa kulira votu kotuika kulayosya vaturanganya mpawo apo vaturange amenso yonse gajaruga maningi akunhiga maningi gatunha lungu tabamyandi ejo jiribigwe bonse bantu barihi kuti lungu tabamyandi. And let's not even cheat ourselves kuti lungu yoba ballot paper tawepe.
No, he will be. He will be.
Ngatavembira masimpe vatayali.
No,
lungu tayoba ballot paper. Not with akainde. And the one thing you should know, I think I heard the previous caller, Walimu Tumawa. You see someone from what he's capable of doing. Malanj Bowman is a clear picture of who HH is. Did you ever even hear him comment positively on? He was all over, even posting. We told you, you never listened. Tawuhi mbotu jitama politics. Let's change the way we do politics in Zambia. Bantu Wanyamuga, the police are very few. They can't even contain the half of this country.
No. I think I will end my program here tonight. I think basically the issues that we have touched on, if I could just summarize, is let me take this last call, then I'll summarize. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
President Tayali.
Hello?
Mwabombeni Watayali.
Mkwa mwabombeni.
Mkwa. Ine Watayali kome kuli bauka. Bauka kado mwa forming na party yabo. Mwikamari kabisa update batela so far background if I think it's high time. Like on social media, but like let's say soft cloud, let's say UPND push uka awaisa power finish is so far that what answers vatwe vamaplan yavo vatwe shani let's say also vari plan okuisa chitano into mutengo wako ngawalitula sio yonse fintu fyali pena so power, but talk about solutions into so issue. Social media. And,
okay, the line is bad, but basically it's just saying that UKA has not been giving us updates, particularly on the alternatives. What is it that they are going to do when they come in power? I think that is what he's trying to talk about. That is a challenge thrown to UKA. Now, from my point of view, I mean, just brief what we have been talking about tonight. Basically, you know, there is a concern on how civil servants are being treated. Number of civil servants are complaining how they are being treated. The transfers that are currently going on, you know, remember President Hakainde Hichilema spoke about uniting families. Now we have people that are being transferred all over, people who are on leave, forced, I don't know if it's if we can even call it forced leave. I mean, people are just there, they're not doing anything. There is that complaint. Today, being a Father's Day, I have spoken about fathers being responsible, especially those who are not married. You are not married with your child is somewhere else. Please, I urge you to reach out to your children. You know, look after your children. Talk to your children. Be part of the lives of your children. On Kitwe Mayor, this issue, I see it as malice. They just want to destroy this woman because this Muzungu gave her money. But I don't see corruption in that, because this Muzungu went to give her money so that she can write off the debt. But this mayor did not do according to what the Muzungu wanted. And the Muzungu now is upset. He's going all over. He's on rampage to trying to scandalize this woman. I've got no issue with this woman. I mean, let her just continue working. The other issue that we spoke about is this blocking of President Edgar Lungu wherever he goes, together with the UKA leaders. From my point of view, is that this is not going to stop Edgar Lungu from becoming president. Edgar Lungu is becoming president, whether UPND or HH wants it or not. Dead or alive, Edgar Lungu is unstoppable. The Concourt will not stop Edgar Lungu from being on the ballot. They will just help him to come even closer. The case that they are looking at was already been determined a number of times. And even if they decide to change it according to Hakainde Hichilema law, what will happen to the 2021 general elections? It will definitely be a nullity which will bring a lot of confusions in the country. Besides, emotions will be very high. But even if Edgar Lungu is not on the ballot, Edgar Lungu simply needs to choose somebody, like what happened in Senegal. That person will definitely win an election. Currently, Edgar Lungu is standing at 70% if we were to vote. This person can even go up to 90%. Except that from my point of view, let's have Edgar Lungu as the only option. The option of choosing another person is not good, because at this point in time, we need to unite the country. We need to unite the country and touch on the fundamentals of our democracy. And the fundamentals of our democracy is the Constitution. I am hoping that we can have Edgar Lungu as president and all the opposition coming together in some kind of a government of national unity. And at the moment, what we have is UKA. So we can use UKA as a vehicle for that. We work on the Constitution. Edgar Lungu does one term. We open the political floodgates so that we can all be on our own and do the politics on a level playing field. The desperation of the UPND is very high. We have seen it, how they have been performing, especially to some of us. Me, I've gone through that. Where they have taken me, assassination attempt, and of course the abduction of JJ and that pastor, a man of God who was abducted as well and tortured. We have also seen how they have treated other people. So their desperation is quite high, such that they wouldn't resist the temptation of eliminating Edgar Lungu. But even if they eliminated Edgar Lungu, it will not keep Hakainde Hichilema back in power. It will actually make things worse. Hakainde Hichilema is definitely going. And the Edgar Lungu is unstoppable. And is unstoppable not because of Edgar Lungu is special, Edgar Lungu what. No. Because Edgar Lungu has the grace of God. God is on Edgar Lungu. God is the one that is bringing back Edgar Lungu. And what one caller said that is bringing back to come and finish that change. I want to think that, that could be something that why Edgar Lungu is enjoying so much grace. Because Hakainde Hichilema and this government, they are moving us away from God. They are not respecting God. They are not respecting the churches. They are not respecting men of God. And this is an opportunity, or it's an occasion where the church leaders need to stand up. The church leaders need to stand up to defend their church. Particularly myself as a Catholic, I am urging our Catholic clergy to defend the church. You can't allow our churches to be treated in the manner that it's being treated. Our churches are holy. We are a holy Catholic church, meaning it's a universal church. It's a universal church. And it's apostolic. It is governed by the Pope, which enjoys the immunity. The church, our church, some of you may not know, our church is also diplomatic, meaning church grounds are actually immune to the presence of the police. Our church is diplomatic. So we need to defend our church. Unfortunately, there are some of us who think that, no, it's not happening to me, it's happening to him. But dictators, when they are finished, when they're done with this one, they will come for you. No shalimu akawamo. Let's open our eyes. Otherwise, Edgar Lungu is unstoppable. Thank you very much for following. Thank you very much for waking me up. Thank you very much for participating in the program. I will come back tomorrow with other issues. For now, I say may God bless you and may God bless Zambia. Good night.